In this video, I'll be going through the question you see on the screen here from the 2025 Leaving Cert Ordinary Level Maths Paper 2. I'm going to try and show you how to do this question and not just the solution. So definitely pause and rewatch certain parts of the video when you need to. If you're looking for a different question from this paper or a different paper entirely, you should be able to find a playlist in the description below or have a look around on my channel. Okay, let's get into the maths. Question 10 will take a little bit of a setup. We're given this shape here, this six-sided object. But what it actually is, each point of this, A, B, C, D, E and F, is a buoy out on the water, and people swim around these, to them, from them, all that. And we're going to be asked a bunch of questions. A part 1 asks us, a person, I can't pronounce that name, swims A, B, to C, to D, to E, to F. So basically they just go around and then back to A. How far do they swim? Not a difficult question here. It's 200 plus 150 plus 200 plus 150 plus 200 plus 200. We add all that together. Let's see, it is 4 200s and another 300. That is 1,100 meters or 1.1 kilometers. For part 2, they want us to look at the triangle that's made from A, B and C here. I'm going to draw that again over here. That's 200, that's 110, 150, and they want us to find out the area of this triangle. Now, when you're thinking area, most students think half the base by the perpendicular height. That's fine. But there are other ways to do triangles, and it's really hard to get half the base by the perpendicular height in this question. It's possible, but it's really difficult. There's another very famous formula that we should use. We should think when we have triangles, that the area is equal to half sine C. That's two sides, like these two sides, and the angle that's in between them. And that's what we have here. This area can be done by a half 150, pick whichever one you want, times 200, because there's no difference. A and B is the same as B and A. And then sine 110. You can put all of that into a calculator and we would get out 14,095.389. And I'm guessing that's to the nearest meter squared, or yeah, meter squared. So that's, we look at the 5 and the 3, that's closer to 50 than 60. So 14,095 is your answer to part 2. Next up, they want to know what's the distance from A to C up here. They give you help though, they tell you use the cosine rule. It'll be easier to look at this one here. This is also A and see what's this length here. Let's put it in as an X, and we use the cosine rule. Cosine rule is the worst one to use. It's long, it's awkward, but in this case it's all nice and set up for us. Let's make a bit of space here. The cosine rule is a side and the angle across from it. Let me write the whole thing out. A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared minus 2bc cosine big A. So this is a side of a triangle, the little letters, and the big letter is an angle. This and this is the two across from each other. That's the X and the angle. So if we're looking at this angle, we're looking at this side. That's how we know which side is on the left of the equals. So to put all that in, we'd have X squared is equal to, let's say, 150 squared plus 200 squared minus 2 times 150 times 200 times cosine of 110. You can put all of this left side into a calculator, or you can take the square root of it right now. I think I've done it both ways. Okay, I've done it both ways here. If you put all of this into a calculator, you would get 83,021.2086, something like that. We take the square root of both sides. That'll get rid of this 2 here. And we're left with X is equal, sorry, marker's running out, so I apologize, it's hard to see, 288.134. That's to the nearest meter. So that's the same as 288 is the answer. It seems my camera gave up there partway through that question, so I'll have to jump back in on part 4. They ask us for the total area of this shape. Now, it's not as hard as it looks, because remember, we found the area of this shape over here. It's something like 14,095. We've also found the length of this here. That was 288. Remember that these are parallel, these bottom lines here. This is 200 and this is 200. That means this must be right above it. So this is also parallel. This is a rectangle. This rectangle is 200 by 288. So it's not too bad to get the area of that. We just multiply 200 by 288, and that gives an area of something. Let's see, 57,626.8. Add that to this, we're nearly there. We're only left with this area over this side. Seems difficult, except this length is the same as this length. This 200 is the same as this 200. This 150 is the same as this 150. They're congruent. The area of this is the same as the area of this. So the total area is this rectangle in the middle, 57,000, plus 2 times this 14,095. That total answer then comes out as rounded to the nearest 85,818. If you are finding my videos useful and would like to help the channel out, on top of liking and subscribing, probably the best thing you could do is to tell other people doing the exam about my channel. Maybe you could share this video in a class WhatsApp group. Then if you feel I've really deserved it and you would like to buy me a coffee, you could become a member on YouTube or on Patreon. You should find links to that in the description below. Then for part B, I don't need any of the numbers anymore, just the letters. We're going into a more of a probability accounting question. They want to, first they give an example. They give an example of, I don't know who it is, but someone swims starting at A, and they swim out to E, then they swim over to C, then to F, then to D, then to B, and back to A. This is a person, they wanted to do a different swim, they don't want to just go around it, but they want to make sure they hit every buoy. And next, they just ask you to give an example of another way you could have done that. So I'll just write 2 of them. You could have started at A, gone to F, my marker's running out, gone to F, go to E, go to D, go to C, go to B, go to A. That's a boring route around. A little more interesting way, just as another example, they only wanted 1. You could have started in A, gone to, say, D, gone to B, to E, then to F, then to C, then back to A. I think that hits everyone. A, B, C, D, E, F, and back to A. And there are just 2 examples, and there's many, many examples. And of course, that's the next question in part 3. How many different ways could this be done? They've been very helpful they've left these boxes, A to A, with all these, let me just put circles, they're quicker to draw. These 5 boxes to fill in. As you can see, there's at least 2 here, and you can probably imagine there have been a lot more. Think to yourself, how many different letters could I put into this box? I can't put A. A has been visited, it's been there, and we're going back to it. I could put B in, I could put C, D, E, F. That's it. There's 5 of them. There's 5 different letters I could put there. Next, there's only 4 left because I've already gone to one. For example, in this case, I've done D. What choice did I have next? I could have gone to B, C, E, or F. There was 4 choices next. Third one, I've already done these 2. B and I could have gone for E, C, or F. There's 3 choices, 2 choices, 1 choice. To do counting here, we multiply all these together. That's 5 multiplied by 4, multiplied by 3, multiplied by 2. Do it on a calculator, but that's 20, 60, 120. There's 120 different ways this could have happened. So that was part 2, not part 3, my bad. Part 3, they have someone, they only want to go to 3 buoys. They go A, E, B, and back to A. They go, yeah, I guess start at A, they want to go out to 2 maybe, you could think of it. How many possible ways is that? Let's do the same. We go A and put two circles here we can fill in. How many choices have they got for a buoy to go to? They've still have 5 choices. Next, they've already been to 1. They only have 4 choices left. And that's it. They're coming home. There's 20 total choices. That's the answer to part 3. Oh, that's the answer to the whole question. That's question 10 done. That's the paper 2 done. That's 2024 done, as it happens. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or want to point out any questions about the channel in general, and not only this question, let me know in the comments. I'll do my best to get back to you. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.